What is gender recognition, and why is Nicola Sturgeon being booed outside an International Women's Day event? As the former First Minister arrived at an SNP event in Edinburgh, she was heckled by For Women Scotland, a group that campaigns to protect and strengthen women and children's rights, and protect sex in law and policy. For Women Scotland are critical of Nicola Sturgeon due to her staunch support for the Gender Recognition Reform Scotland Bill. First introduced by the SNP in March 2022, the bill aimed to simplify and speed up the process of obtaining a gender recognition certificate, a document that allows people to legally change their sex on birth, marriage and death certificates. Changes to the process would have meant that no diagnosis of gender dysphoria or medical reports would be required, and the period that applicants needed to have lived in their acquired gender would be cut to 3 months, or 6 months for under 18s. Many women's rights campaigners are opposed to these changes, arguing that a new process of self-identification would change legal sex for an indeterminate, significantly increased number of people, and that this may impact single-sex spaces, such as women's refuges or even hospital wards. Some argue that with these reforms, service providers may find it harder to justify excluding someone. An SNP minister, Ash Regan, even quit her Scottish Government position over the bill, arguing that the bill would begin to create conflicts within the Equality Act, and stating that she wasn't convinced existing legal rights designed to protect women would be able to be upheld. In December 2022, the Scottish Parliament passed the Gender Recognition Reform Scotland Bill, with 86 votes for and 39 against. But in January 2023, the Secretary of State for Scotland, Alistair Jack, made an order under Section 35 of the Scotland Act, preventing the bill from being submitted for royal assent. It was the first time Westminster had used the Scotland Act to prevent something the Scottish Parliament has voted for to become law. Fast forward to 2025, and the Scottish Government has challenged the UK Government's decision in court, but the case could take months to be decided. Meanwhile, groups like For Women Scotland are continuing to voice their concerns, audibly booing Sturgeon as she appeared in Edinburgh, holding placards stating, "Women want our stuff back," and "Stop self-ID by the back door." Though Sturgeon didn't acknowledge the hecklers, John Swinney did broker a meeting with Marion Calder, co-director of For Women Scotland. They feel that the Scottish Government have refused to engage with their views and concerns until now, and called Swinney's willingness to engage a marked contrast to the belligerence of his predecessors.